gone, and the guy's coming at you. You're going to try to get him with a rock, right? So the Japanese, they had that going on. They had crazy evil guys. They had Unit 731. They had total brainwashing about the emperor, belief that they were doing the right thing for God, Amamatsu. There was a lot of craziness.
And racism.
There was racism, totally, and there was also Japanese men's behavior with women in general, like the way the brothels got set up and stuff. Japanese had a lot of brothels at the time.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of open sexuality, and there was a lot of things that we didn't have for hundreds of years that the Japanese still had. So a lot of it was difficulty to understand. In some ways, a very advanced society. In other ways, it was like, what the fuck, MacArthur was blown away by all this stuff. Japan was a very unique place, still is. One of the reasons why I love Japan is so much unique stuff, and they don't often give a shit about the way we do things, which is even more awesome, But I don't want to take the military. Rev, what's your take so far, or whatever?
Well, of everything that you guys talked about so far.
Make a little intro so guys know. Whatever you can say, if you want to.
Yeah. I'm a Reverend20 piece. I've been listening to Ronin Man probably since 2017, so kind of not quite all the way to the beginning, but early in. And I've hosted the Ozark Summit, been to the Austin Summit.
That was
and
so
looking
fucking
forward
awesome
to
at your house.
Oh yeah.
Dude.
Looking forward to another one. The last two that you guys have done, I wanted to go to the LA one and the next one in New York, but it's just the timing hasn't worked out. So some other time in the future, I'll be at another future summit. But as far as the discussion goes, though, I don't know, man. It's a lot to take in as far as the soul discussion with men and women, the differences. I don't know. I think that I'm not sure if I could agree with the statement that women don't have souls and men do, but I could definitely get on board with saying that our souls are different. And it was an old Chris Cantu video. It's gone now because his channel got deleted, but he had talked about how men are the real lovers, and that really resonated with me as far as like men and women, how they love differently, and the aspect of men, when, at least with me, every relationship I've ever been in with a woman, every time we've broken up, I've always been the one usually that's taken it really hard, unless there's been a couple occasions though where I've dated women that I really didn't give a shit about, and when I broke up with them, they were fucking pissed. It was a weird dynamic, but but yeah. So there's that. I guess with the soul thing, you guys had talked about the abortion aspect of that. I do think that there is something to that though, with the people who kill, and also like women who have a lot of abortions, taking a toll on them too. I will say though, I got something. This is kind of like I don't know if it's maybe like a truth bomb, a truth pill, because that's one thing I love about this whole Ronin Man experience and experiment, if you want to call it that, is that there's a lot of truth in this. And one thing, just from the abortion perspective, that I don't even know if I've ever told anybody this before, but I may have a close friend, but I dated a girl once where we had about 2.5 year relationship, but she had an abortion while we were dating, and supposedly it was my kid. I don't know for sure, looking back, who knows, without an actual DNA test. But she got pregnant, I got her pregnant supposedly, and because of personal reasons, she wanted to get an abortion. I wasn't sure what to think about it at the time. I was on the fence. I was definitely more blue pill, liberal type guy back then. And so I, reluctantly went along with it. I took her there to the clinic, and this is back in St. Louis. And she got the abortion, but it kind of fucked with her and wrecked her for a while. Like she wasn't, the idea of it before she went in was all, I don't want to say she was happy, but she didn't seem like it bugged her that much. But after that happened, she definitely seemed kind of shook emotionally, and I wasn't real happy about it either. And it's, if it was my kid, it's kind of a weird deal looking back now. I could have I don't have any kids now, at least I know about, but that's, it's just weird looking back. I could have like a 12 or 13-year-old kid now, so. But those are just kind of my early thoughts on what we were talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you like looking back? Like, do you remember how you did you feel like? What did you feel like? Did you feel like she would listen to you? Did you feel like it was? I mean, what did you feel like? This is my kid.
I try to talk her out of it.
Yeah.
Because back then, actually, maybe it was selfish of me or not, but back then, I was in my, early 30s, and because this happened in 2009, and so I was really on the fence if I really wanted children or not. Eventually, a couple years later, I decided that I for sure did not want children, so I had a vasectomy. But that's, I guess a separate discussion. But anyway. But I don't know. I didn't have strong feelings either way. But afterwards, I did feel guilty, about helping her go through it. So if that makes any kind of sense.
How old were you?
At the time, I was 33. So.
Right.
But the guilt part of it is contributing my small part or whatever to the death of an unborn child.
Murderer!
I'm proud about it all,
you
obviously.
Evil murderer!
But I do think maybe, like me, whatever you want to call this, confessional or whatever, maybe me talking about this can help somebody else out in the future. But it's who listens to this or whatever. It's just, I don't know, man, just an unfortunate thing in my life,
Yeah.
But I'm not the one who actually had the procedure performed, but just the role that I played.
Yeah, I had a girl, I talked about this, but I had a girl, and she knew I didn't want to get married, and then she got pregnant, didn't tell me, and then I didn't see her for like 5 weeks or something, and then she came back, we were dating again, and then, she said, I really need to get married. I said, we should find a guy who wants to get married, so she did, and then I met her later, and then she told me that, 10 years later, she told me that the reason why she left is she had an abortion. It was my kid, and I didn't know about it. And she was telling me, but it really always has bothered me. I wouldn't have approved that. Like, she thought, if I have any guilt, it's because I didn't make it clear. But I didn't want girls to know that I would raise any kid that they got, because that's the truth. My secret thing was any girl got pregnant from me, I was going to raise that kid.
All right, I'll cut in right here. I have a true story about I have a true abortion story. A long time ago, a lifetime ago. Back when this was before I graduated. Before I graduated high school, so this was 22 years ago, 21, 22 years ago, something like that. My best friend at the time, a guy named Matt, he got a girl pregnant, and he got an abortion, or they got an abortion, or she got an abortion. And I remember asking him about it, and he was just like, "Yeah, she's black." That was the first thing he said. He is like this Southside Irish guy, tall, white, blonde hair, and he met this black girl on the South Side, and he started fooling around with her, and he got her pregnant. And he just related to me that there's no way his family was going to accept that, and there's just no way that was going to be kosher. and she was on board, and I think he gave her a ride to the clinic. She didn't have a car at the time. He had like this Cutlass. Oh God. But yeah, no, I don't know that he thinks of that very often, but I don't think of it very often, but I was thinking of it right now. Yeah, I mean, yeah, abortion, man, I've never had an abortion, or I've never had a girl get an abortion. There was this one girl I was dating in university, very pretty girl. Her name was Katie, and she was pretty she was more religious than me, but I was kind of religious at the time. She started dragging me to church, and I was happy to go. I was happy to be with her as long as I go. But yeah, I mean, her mom was a what's that called? She was a doctor. She's a PhD. What was it? A pharmacist. Her mom was a pharmacist, and her mom was issuing her or subscribing her birth control. It was called Yaz. It has since been taken off the market, but her and I had that talk. Katie and I, we had that talk, and Katie was very adamant. If I ever get her pregnant, she wants to have the kid, and I was like, I'm fine with that. And I'm sort of proud of myself of thinking that. I'm sort of proud of that, but also it's just kind of messed up. Like, it's just kind of messed up where it's like, I'm 38 now. In a weird, messed up, sick kind of way, I almost wish that I got her pregnant so that I could have a kid, because like you guys were listening to Reverend20 piece. By the way, what's up, man? Shout out to Reverend20 piece. What's up, Reverend? Yeah, Reverend has decided he's pretty sure, he doesn't want to have kids. He said very plainly, very, very honestly, he had a vasectomy. I have not had a vasectomy. He's pretty sure he does not. Reverend has stated more than once that he's pretty sure he does not want to have kids. I think I do want to have kids, and I don't know. In a way, I almost wish that I did get that woman pregnant. I mean, I say that, of course, but I'm not paying any child support. So, yeah, I don't know, just some random thoughts. It would be nice to have a kid, and it's scary, the idea of having a kid with like some woman that you're not willing to invest in. But it is also kind of exciting, the idea of, maybe there are some women that you would be willing to invest in. That girl would have been one of them. But, and since then I haven't really met another. Maybe I have, I don't know. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, so, gentlemen, be careful where you, be careful where you blow your load. Be careful where you, blow your load. Be careful where you poke your pickle, because it's just a sad idea, that you're driving some woman to the clinic, to take care of things. It's like, what? That's just low class. I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's just wrong. Probably just wrong. Maybe it's evil. I don't know. All right, this is the Mgtow Cowboy. Gentlemen, take care.